I mean, this is the best sounding 70s Martin I've ever played. I've always kind of been a little disappointed when I play them. Hey, this thing basically looks like Trigger, and I wanted to show you before it went off. I'm Jeremy, this is Guitar Hunter, and this is Hometown Music. So this is the shop that I spend a couple days a week in, and this is my friend Caleb Stein's guitar. Before I open this, subscribe, like this video, and dig in. This thing is an original first year reissue. This is a 1976 Martin D-28's. I first saw this last fall and I was so confused by this guitar because I was like, it's a Herringbone, but it's 70s, but it's weird, but it looks old, but it's not as old as it looks and seems. And my friend Caleb let me see it and poke around on it, and that's when I kind of realized, like, whoa, this is the first year they brought back the Herringbones. So this guitar is in desperate need of a neck reset. And so we're going to send it off to Nathan Wright of Wright's Luthery down in McMinnville, Tennessee. And so we're packing this thing up. It's going to send off. So I'll come around there and we'll get some quick audio samples of how it sounds before it goes away. And then we'll close this loop in a couple weeks when it comes back. Sitka spruce top with a really cool hole in the top that he's worn in there. So cool. I can't imagine playing a guitar that much. East Indian rosewood back and sides. Yeah, typical 70s, but still really cool with the herringbone. Man, the strings are torched. But let's send this thing off to Nathan, and it should really turn out really well. Should be a cool guitar. I'm seeing that the bridge is lifting a little bit. We didn't price that, so we'll have to fix that too. This is a different guitar. This is a different guitar altogether. When this thing left, it was thumpy, didn't sound good. It was so pitchy because the action was so high. Man, the action is like dead on exciting and perfect. Right before it left, you kind of saw, I mentioned it in the video, right before it left, I realized, I was like, there's a corner of the bridge lifting up, and you can get a piece of paper under kind of that whole corner here. And so Nathan, just amazingly fast turnaround. He texted me pictures right away. I think within 24 hours of getting the guitar into his shop, he had the neck off. Within 48 hours, it was back on. Within 72 hours, he had made a new saddle, glued the bridge. But Nathan absolutely nailed this. So, yeah, the very quick, exciting story about this guitar is that in 1947, there was all this stuff with World War II and life after the war, that Herringbone was made in West Germany or East Germany, and I'm fuzzy on the details. But they were unable to get Herringbone, and so a new era of Martin D-28's kind of took off, which was D-28's that did not have Herringbone. There was about a 30-year gap from 1946 or so to 1976 when this guitar was made. So this is the Herringbone 28. This thing, man, is so good. Now, this one has been played so much, and I have to say, without any doubt, and I'm not kidding, I mean, this is the best sounding 70s Martin I've ever played. I've always kind of been a little disappointed when I play them. Yeah, but it's not the most exciting thing. But this one is, I understand why someone would play this so much that they would wear that hole. Yeah, it is insane. So the last thing I want to do in this video is I want to take it back to Caleb, and I want you to see his reaction when he first gets it back.
Oh, my baby. This guitar has been through so much with me. Oh my gosh. played it yet?
I did. I played the other night, and dude, it's like it was great before. I think it's excellent. It's like it is the best '70s Martin I've ever played.
Look at that, dude.
So,
He got so much more out of it.
Yeah, so compensated sound, so the intonation is a little closer.
And just a punchier tone, because once you lose all that height, you're not getting the punch of the string. It's got so much sustain, you know.
Seriously. That's what it rings so
It is, so I've gotten used to that D-21, which is just, and I think it's an eighth of an inch wider, which is nice. But I'll take the tightness on this. I got this guitar in 2000 when I had made the first real money of my life. Like the first time as a young man that I had $2,000. And I was looking for, you know, a guitar, like real instrument. And yeah, I found this one. It's a funny story because I actually, you know, because it was such a big ticket item, I had spent months kind of looking around, and I remember I found a Gibson Hummingbird. It wasn't vintage, but it was great, and I loved it. And I went to the store a couple times, and like I was like, that's the one, I'm gonna get that. And I went back to Guitar Center, or no, it wasn't even Guitar Center, but it was some like bigger store. And I'm going in, and I see this guy walking out with a case, and I just got this sinking feeling where I was like, "Hey, what, you just got a guitar? Like, what'd you get?" He's like, "Oh, I got that Hummingbird." Like, oh, I was like, "You don't want to get rid of it, do you?" He's like, "No, man, this thing plays great." But that kind of like sort of instilled in me, like, okay, when I know that I find it, I want to get it.
Yeah.
And I played this one, and it was used, but it was perfect. I mean, it had been just sitting in a case. And
So all this wear is from you.
this is all me. I mean, this has been the warhorse. There have been moments. I mean, so this is the third neck reset I've had it.
Okay, because there were shims, there were ears on it that Nathan asked about. Interesting.
And you know, and the last one was just one of those things where it was just gone way too long, and it like had to get redone, and so that's why I was so gun shy about getting it sent away again, and why I was very grateful to get that D-21 from Ben in the Dirty Grass Players, and you know, because you got to have another machine to use.
Because you are a working musician.
Yeah, I mean, this is my tool. This is my like main hammer.
Cool. I think it's got so much life.
I'll tell you a funny story about this guitar. That when I got it, I think I paid $1,900 for it in 2000, and I have the receipt in there. But then also in the case, which you pointed out, this is not a Martin case.
Yeah.
This is like maybe a Gibson case, but at any rate, in the case was the document of when this guitar was bought in 1977. I'm going to show it to you. And the previous owner, Robert Johnson.
Oh.
So I can honestly say I own Robert Johnson's guitar.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
you got to learn restraint on this thing. You can't be kicking it super hard the whole time.
Well, how can people find you on the internet?
CalebStein.com. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Nathan, for getting this back to me, because this is a very important guitar to me, so thank you.
It's the coolest 70s Martin I've ever seen.
That's great. That's a good thing to have.